track, pick a time. Any day is fine. Pack a bag, say adieu. Let's sail off, me and you, on another adventure.
We're gonna have to take a few steps back in this episode to understand how a very special rotary phone found its way onto another adventure. Just 2.5 weeks after the accident, my grandfather passed away, and I was unable to get on a plane and go visit him due to the injuries. But just a few weeks later, I hitched a ride on a sailboat to visit my grandmother, where I rented a car and drove to her house. I do not have footage of the visit, as some things are obviously not meant for the public, but during my glorious time there, I discovered our old rotary phone in the garbage bag by the garbage can to be thrown away. The same rotary phone I used to make phone calls on as a whippersnapper when I lived with my grandparents. Yes.
Recording.
Gotta get this thing out of here.
So, Halls, what are we doing here?
We've got a master plan. So, actually, eventually, we'll get back to what we're doing with this. But for right now, let's go over here. Let's check this out. We just tested the fan. The fan works. And the reason we're excited the fan works is because inside of this old phone, that is actually my grandmother's phone, grandparents' phone, there's a little bell mechanism down here, and if it gets thumped, it makes awesome noise. So I'm gonna install a motor right here that I'm gonna take out of that fan with a little paddle wheel on it, and it's going to activate these bells by 12 volts. And what I'm gonna do with that is wire it down here to my alarm for the radar and the AIS, so that whenever my radar and my AIS go off, it is actually my grandparents' phone ringing on the wall. So that's the project. Fan demolition. This is great. So I was trying to order a 12 volt anything online. Trying to find a way to order a 12 volt motor, and I was talking to the guy at the auto parts store. He's like, well, maybe just use a fan or something. Of course, I have like 3 of these laying around on the boat, so voila! No internet necessary. Woo! I got me a little bell ringer motor right there. Gosh, this is too darn cool. So we're gonna have to make this contact. This is usually here. We're going to have to connect those to get this to work on this little board. Too neat. So where does it... Oh my gosh! This is fun. So I've already gutted the phone and took a bunch of pieces out, like the little brain and stuff, to get rid of the weight, which is where I got this idea. I ended up with all this space. So I'm gonna have to figure out how to mount this motor in here in a good way, so that somehow when the paddles go, it's going to cause this to... So I'll have to make a little thing to put on this, and I can like use this thing. It's been super fast, so I just had that. It's probably what we'll end up doing, is using one of the plastics from the blades, cutting the blades off and everything, and just ending up with like maybe those little those little 3 or something. So I'm trying to use the same base that the fan came with and make 3 little paddle wheels to chime the bell. I wanted to have its little dial-y thing still. Clearing tissues! Overcoming clearance issues.
I eventually remounted the chiming mechanism at an angle to give the little 12-volt motor enough room.
We're talking to the mama while we're working on the mama's phone.
That's too funny.
I think I'm gonna set this thing down and spin this little paddle wheel on it. Oh, hold on, I gotta get
to get the receiver.
I gotta get my phone cord. I'm so excited about hooking this up.
Well, you can bet it'll probably work.
We got power, here we go. Let's see, this is ground and
Let's hear the sound effect.
I'm trying to get, I've got to make these 2 points contact without needing this back piece here.
Yes.
It like needs to be a slower motor. Or less fan things, or less, I think I'm gonna,
Take a leaf off.
yeah, exactly. I'm
gonna put you
I'm
down,
gonna
Rama.
take 2 leaves off. I think I'm just gonna have 1 leaf.
Oh, by the time you call back, it'll be working.
Okay, sweetie.
Too many fan wheels. Love you.
Okay, talk to you later.
Love you, bye.
Watch my little genius.
Watch my
Yes.
little genius. You're funny. Alright, love you. I'll call you. That's good. I got to figure out how to mount this thing. So. Alright, so the last test, I had to hold everything in place. Since then, I have soldered the connection point, and we have 2 speeds on this fan. I've chosen the slower speed. And as you saw earlier, possibly if I use this footage, I changed 3 paddle wheels to 1 paddle wheel. So we now have this rotation. Click, it hits the bells to chime, and I have zip tied it in here pretty securely. Might have to add a little bit more reinforcements, but if you hold the camera, Jilly.
Yes, ma'am.
I have my power wires here, which will come off my relay eventually for the AIS radar alarm. Let's see, this one is my negative, that's how I have it. This is my positive, so. Excuse me, there's a boat coming. Excuse me, could you get out of the way? Dun, dun, dun. There it is. It's mounted to the wall. So if we transmit the radar, and we're pretty close to land, so as soon as it goes off, it should set off the alarm and make the phone ring. Oh, how cool is that? Well, hello! Now we can turn that off. And if we go down here, I'll show you what I did. Let's go ahead and menu radar to standby. This thing's gonna go off again. So inside the phone, open this bad boy up. There was a whole big brain down here, and then a motor here that would chime this mechanism right there. And I have stolen a 12-volt motor from a fan, just a regular whatever fan. Wait a minute, one of these, one of those. And I have, first of all, soldered a wire on the back here so that the trigger was on, and when the wires were given power, it would activate the wheel to spin. And I fabricated out of what was left of the blade a little paddle wheel, so that when it comes on, this paddle wheel will ding, little chimes. So with fast rotation, it makes it ring. And then I took the wires for that to the relay for my radar out of this. Transmit radar. There we go again. You can see this bad boy in action. Now
that you've witnessed possibly one of the coolest things I've ever done, let's pick back up where we left off. Oh, the Willy Tees! Oh, look! It's Miss Elizabeth doing some spinnaker flying! My, I wonder where they learned how to do that. Hee 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 hee. Here at Willy Tees, some people jump. Some people dive. Some people get pushed. And some people just say, oh heck no. Later we set sail towards Virgin Gorda and crossed paths with Yestir, one of the many charter catamarans I work as an engineer on for a company called Paradise Yacht Management here in US Virgin Islands. Paradise has been a dream to work for over this last season, and if you're more of a landlubber who just wants to book a charter for a week, I highly recommend checking them out.
Beautiful.
Alright, I just woke up. Chili is still sleeping. I'm doing a little bit. Oh, got the coffee made. Oh, doing a little coolant flush down here. Yeah, in Virgin Gorda. Not even a breakfast jet. And I've been digging in holes and installing things. Getting ready to make the crossing east to Saba, somewhere in the Caribbean. Maybe St. Martin, maybe not. I heard there's still dinghies there. We'll see.
Where are we going, Kat?
We're going to North Sound in Virgin Gorda. And away. Going up. Wait, what are you guys doing?
Now, a little this, a little that, maybe a little bit of a beach bonfire.
Bonfire.
Go and see the top of your head.
You're gonna go put a bonfire together?
Bonfire. Yeah, we're gonna go.
But first,
Where are we going?
The palm trees.
Palm tree of them. To the deserted islands.
on the way into North Sound, we saw a comic book sight of 3 palm trees on a little deserted patch of sand.
Whoa! Guys! We're on a deserted island! And nothing but palm trees! And a Travis on a dinghy!
After a few awesome photo ops, it's back to the vessels for beach bonfire.
Jump on in, grab a line. The water's feeling fine. Catch a fish, maybe 2. Let's sail off, me and you, on another adventure. On another adventure. Let's sail off, me and you, on another adventure.